three definitions of investment mentality. But what then is this investment mentality? What exactly is it? So we said, number one, I'm going to give you three definitions. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. So it simply means that when you have investment mentality, the Bible says the thought of the diligent tends only to plenteousness. So it means that every time money comes into your hand, you are not thinking of what to do to consume the money. You are thinking of what to do to increase the money. So if you have $1 million, you are thinking of how can it become 2 million. If you have 10 million, how can it become 20 million? If you have 100 million, how can it become 200 million? If you have $1 billion, how can it become 2 billion? So you're always thinking of multiplication. And that's one of the differences between the rich and the poor. The rich think investment, the poor think consumption. So when money comes into the mind or into the life of a poorly minded individual with poverty mentality, they're always thinking, money don't land, oh, what I could do, oh, that bag, that shoe, oh, that wristwatch, oh, that new iPhone, oh, that. So they're always thinking of consumption, they're not thinking of production. Number two, what is investment mentality? Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liability. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. One of the reasons why a lot of people are poor is because their lives are made up of liabilities and not assets. Many times when people have money, they use the money to acquire liabilities instead of using the money to acquire assets. So let's do a deep dive. What is a liability and what's an asset? What is a liability and what is an asset? Let me bring it from two dimensions. Number one, an asset is anything that appreciates in value. Number two, an asset is anything that produces cash flow or produces income. So how do you know if something is an asset? If I buy this thing now, will it increase in value? Then it's an asset. If I buy this thing now, will it bring more money to me or take money from me? So once you go to that store and you buy that shoe, you buy that bag, you buy that wristwatch, the very minute you buy it, will it continue to increase in value or will it reduce in value? When you buy that car and you drive the car out of the car lot, can you go back there tomorrow and sell it to them for a higher price? So every time you begin to understand this, you realize that every time you are releasing money, are you releasing it for asset or for liability? What's a liability? A liability is anything that depreciates in value. So most of what people have is either a liability or a necessary liability. That's what they call it, necessity. It's a liability, but it's a necessary liability. So they call it necessity. Hello? So once you release money and what you are using the money to get will not increase in value or bring money to you, that's a liability. So a lot of people are either operating in pure liability, which is foolishness, or necessary liability, which is life for a lot of people and at different stages. So sometimes that's where you start before you begin to now adjust and balance out to the next realm. Hello? Because for instance now, in some parts of the world, having a car is like a necessary liability. And it can even be an asset if you know what to do with it. So let me give you an example. If you have a car right now, it can be an asset or a liability. Why? It can be an asset because it can give you mobility and be a leverage for you to make more money. It can give you positioning and packaging to access more money. Are you seeing this? So you have to think very well because we are not all in the same industry, in the same sector. So you have to think. If you buy a car now, maybe you live in somewhere inside, and you need to resume work by 8. but there's no way you can even see transportation. So you now realize, okay, if I have a car, it will help my health. Over time, I won't be going through. So there are a lot of dimensions to that. So one person's car may be a liability. Another person's car may be an asset. It may not be bringing money, but it's bringing relief, it's bringing health, because assets and income and increase is not only about finances. Did you get that now? Now, do you know that you can have a car and then only you wake up in the morning in the Kotsu, in Egbeda, and you enter your car and you'll be driving yourself to the island. And there are 3 empty seats behind you and 1 empty seat by your side. Some of you, there are even 7 empty seats behind you and 1 by your side. But only you will just be in the car driving. And you are praying, oh Lord, prosper me. And this salary is not enough. But there are seats that could have brought more money. So you could have just left your home and got into Egbeda and talked to the guys. Eba mi load moto or eba mi load bossy. So you are driving a Toyota Previa or a Toyota Sienna and you have seats for 7 or 8 more people. But only you are doing big manism without money. You can't pay rent, you can't pay school fees. You are borrowing money from microfinance. They are calling everybody on your phone. You are borrowing money from every app, change your SIM card. Yet you didn't know that they know you. Whereas these 7 seats, you could have just gotten to a bed and it would be 2,000. Or how much? 3,500. I share it. So from Egbeda 3,500 straight. So 3,500 times 7, how much? Mathematician. Where are my maths people now? 3,500 times 7. 24. Okay, let's just say 20,000. Now, if it's a car, that's 4 people. 3,500 times 4. 14,000. Now think of it all. So you are going to work in the morning, 14K. When you are coming back, you stop at Obalende, they load for you again, 14K. So every day you are doing 28. Then the 8 you give it to boys. So at least you are doing 20 with your car. So every day you are doing 20. Every month you are doing 400. And your salary is 130. And you bought the car with company loan that they are removing 40,000 from your salary. So every month you collect 80. Are you seeing the practicality of it? So every day you are doing big man. You are not a big man. You are a fake man. Do you get it now? So, but what have you done now? Every day you are making 20K. Every week you are making 100K. Every month you are doing 400. So even if your salary is 130, 150, even if your salary is 1 million, another 400 has joined. So while you are working, that car now has become an asset. Are you seeing investment mentality now? You can decide to say you want to buy fridge. So you bought the fridge. The fridge is in your house. Necessary liability. Because it's not bringing money. It's reducing and it's not bringing money. You bought television. Many of you have bought flat screen. And it has made your life flat. You bought flat screen. You bought everything, generator, and you are not generating anything. So now, you see, the amazing thing is, the financial institution will give you loan to buy generator, buy fridge, but they won't give you loan to buy land. Because they are not interested in your well-being. They are interested in putting you into a trap so that you can become an income for them. Because the interest they will get from you is their own income. So you are their liability. Now you be their mugu. Hello? But now, you now have flash screen, you have generator, you have deep freezer, you are not at home. And you are not spiritually deep. When last did you watch that television? And you are still paying. But you know that same fridge and that generator, you can now load the fridge with water and block. And you begin to sell block. How much do they sell that block? That's 500. So if you have that block like this, you can even do like that, something they used to do bread. They can do the bigger one for you. Just arrange it inside. That one will be more than 500. So imagine now that you are doing that maybe 1,000. And you are just selling 10 per week. No, not even per day. 10 per week. Then if you now sell 30 per week, that's 30,000. 10 per week, 10,000. That will pay for the fuel that you put in the generator. Are you seeing how this thing works? So it's not just about coming to church, you do fasting and prayer, and then I've told you, anytime you pray, God must give you an instruction, an idea, a step to take, an action. There must be something that is coming out of that prayer that you are now going to execute for you to get answers. Do we understand that now? So number 3, what's investor mentality? Investor mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. Investor mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. Now listen, there is nothing wrong working for money. Almost everybody will start from that realm. But once you have the right mindset, you know that this is temporary. And investor mentality is that mindset that helps you to know that, look, I'm starting out now, I'm working for money, but I must have an exit plan so that instead of me working for money, I get to a point where money will begin to work for me. And listen to this. I do not believe that any individual should work for more than 10 years, maximum 15 years, before they enter into that realm. If you have been working now for 10 years or 15 years and you still depend on salary, you are a poor man. You are operating behind what we are teaching now. So when you start working in your early 20s, you're 24, you're 25, you start working and you have all this understanding. As you are working, you are earning money, you are doing all this things we are saying. By the time you have done 10 years, you should have a lot of things working for you that whether they pay you or not, you are okay. You are only working because that is what you need to do as your calling, your destiny, your career, your passion. Not because you are waiting for 30 days make one pay before you can eat, 30 days make one pay before you can. No, that's poverty. Jesus did not die for that. Hello? And that's why we need this natural dimension to add to the super so that we can operate in the supernatural. So it's that mindset of, okay, I'm starting out now. I'm earning my salary. I have to be saving every month. If I save every month, I have to do this, I have to do that, and this one will be working. Why this one is working? Why this one is working? By the time you are 10 years in that organization, or 10 years in that industry, or 10 years in the marketplace or in the workforce, you should not be depending on salary anymore. You should have a lot of things working for you and bringing income. Maximum 15 years, max. Hello? I also do not believe, it's my personal belief, that husband and wife should be working for salary beyond 10 years of their marriage. I believe that if you get married, I'm working, you are working, we should sit down and have a family plan and say, come, what's happening? What's the plan? Because by the 10th wedding anniversary, you should be in your own house. You shouldn't be tenant after 10 years. Now you are married for 25 years. You don't even have one plot of land. But you have done many burials. And you have done many naming ceremonies. And the children you named with 3 million, you can't even pay their school fees of 1.5 now. Why? Because these things are things that happens, and then the next thing we say is village people. It's not village people. It's ignorant people. Hello? Just need to understand this thing. So once you sit down and say, okay, if the day you met each other and say we're going to get married, as you are sitting down to plan how many children you are going to have, you are also sitting down to plan when are we going to have our own house, when are we going to start our own family business or investment, when you plan that from day one, there are many useless expenses that you will not have in that marriage. Because you will have something that is going to guide you. Because if you don't know what to do with money before money comes, when money comes, money will tell you what to do with it. And after you have obeyed the instruction of money, you will now realize that your own vision has been left unattended to. Hello? So let me tell you about a neighbor. Investor mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. Tell the second neighbor, say, neighbor, investor mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liability. Then tell yourself, investor mentality is a mindset that is concerned about coming into a level where I will no more work for money, but money will work for me. Okay, so let's move on. So do you have investor mentality? Now that we know it, do you have it? That's a question that everybody needs to ask themselves. You know, the financial intelligence test that I told you to be doing every year is because of things like this. It's every year you do it, every year you learn. Because in the world that we live in today, we're all learning, Because, I was on a TV program last month, and one of the hosts asked me, do you make mistakes? Because every question, he said, I don't know how you answer all this question. Before we ask, you have answered. He says, so it seems as if you know everything. I said, no, I make mistakes. I don't know everything. But the mistakes I make become the wisdom that I give. The mistakes I make become the wisdom that I give. So as I make mistake, I learn and I give the information to the next person so that they will not make that mistake. So I use my failures and my own mistakes to teach people not to repeat the same mistake. That's why I speak the way I speak. That's why I'm not called to everybody. There are people that my message will get them angry. What? I can't just be insulting everybody. I am not your pastor. Go to your pastor. My sheep hear my voice. Hello? There are pastors that anything they want to do, they will be looking for the best English and the best way to explain it, not to offend your sensibility. That's not my calling. My calling is to offend your sensibility, get you angry with yourself, say, why am I this foolish? And then change. Hello? That's my calling. So do you have investment mentality? Now, how do you know whether you have investment mentality or not? Just answer one question. What do you do with your money? That's all. What do you do with your money? Listen, whether you like it or not, everybody has money. Everybody has money. Even those that live under the bridge, everybody has money. Look, all those guys you see at the garage, hey, Baba, hey, Baba, hey. All those guys you see, some of them have been there for 15 years, 20 years. Some of them were born on the street. They grew up on that street. They get married. They give birth to children. And with that little money they are collecting this, they are there. Everybody has money. People are living under the bridge and they are eating and they are going to school. They are giving birth to children. Hello? It's all about what your reality is. Hello? So listen. What do you do with your money? There are three things you can do with money. And that will reveal whether you have investment mentality or not. Three things. Number one, you can waste money. That's what foolish people do. They waste money. If you know the kind of money that has passed your hand in the last 10 years, you should not be where you are now. But God is bringing restoration. The kind of money that has passed your hand. If I knew what I know now. Many of you have sponsored people to school that have become your enemy now. Many of you have started business for people that are asking you, what have you ever done for me? Yeah, because you had Messiah complex. Helper of the helpless. El Shaddai and you shall die. Yeah, because you are helping people that should not be helped. Hello? And today now, the same people you have helped are in top places. They don't pick your call. They now see you as a liability. That uncle, now he's always asking for money. But you sponsor them to school. You paid everything. Now they graduated, you are too local. Hello? Wisdom for singles, MITV ground. 8,600 people in attendance. An evangelist came to the pulpit and started crying. I don't know. Before 8,000 plus people. Why? He sent a girl to school. Young girl, took her around 15, 16, went to the family, I love your daughter, but she's young and okay, she has to go to school. You know, these Eastern people, take the girl from 16, 15, 16, pay school fees. The girl, they go school, no go school. Then they do evangelism and mission. Then the girl graduates and says, I don't love you. And they call the family meeting and the family say, did we force you to pay our school fees? It's you that say you wanted to pay because you like, and the girl say, no, they do. We not go feel forced her to marry you now. And then it came to a point, how much did you even spend? Calculate everything. And when she starts work, she will start paying you. No, but you see, So some of the things you are calling goodness, you are a waster. You are wasting time, wasting energy, wasting emotion, wasting resources. Dynamite Forum, Calvary Bible Church headquarters in Dimo. A young boy stood up frustrated in this church. The fiancé, she is the woman that is her fiancé, he has sent the girl abroad 4 times. Go to Italy, go buy load. Go to Turkey, go buy load. He has never left Nigeria. But he's sponsoring the girl. So the girl has been exposed and met correct people. Inside this church, not another church, inside that material. Hello? And the guy is here provoking. Hey, pastor, or this sister. So I said, hey, bro, who sent you a message? So many of the things you are doing, you are just a waster. Some of you have approval addiction. You are addicted to people liking you. You are addicted to people approving of your personality. So some of the things you do, even what you don't have, you give to people to make them believe you are a good person, but you are a foolish person. That is the rationale behind the man that does not pay his own children's school fees, but everybody outside, he has said to them. So when the wife goes to report, nobody will believe. Say, okay, forget it, that man is very nice. If you know what that man is doing, that woman is very nice. That's why it is only the person that marries you that know you. I'm telling you. There are people we have called for ordination in this church and the wife stopped coming to church. Yeah, so we just put the husband's name, say 1 day now. The day when the man carry letter, reach house, the woman say, I'm not going to that church again. They know they see. If they want ordain you mean say Pastor Olumide no see, Pastor Abraham no see, all of them no see, they want ordain you. Me when they house with you, I know, say you know, serious. They want ordain you inside that same church, that our Calvary. I want to go to church again. Hello? Sincerely. Hello? Waste. Number 2, spend. So when you are a waster, you are a foolish person. Average people spend money. Oh, Nino Lowo, money is for spending. Let us eat and drink for tomorrow. We die. Then the third one is what? Invest money. So foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. So where do you belong? Let me speak a little about spending as we close. Then we'll continue next week. Spending money. Please listen. Let me check if we are going to get there. There's a guideline to wise spending. Let me check the contents, whether it is part of this curriculum. Guideline to wise spending. I'm not sure it's here. If you have the manual, check. Let me see so that I will know if I need to add that sometime. Guidelines to wise spending. Check if it is part of the guidelines to wise spending. So I will have to bring that in. Guideline is not there. Okay. So I have to bring that in. Okay. Let me quickly see if I can. Now, because see, I was in New York years ago speaking, and I was talking about this same stuff. And a lady was trying to help me understand that I don't understand. So she said, excuse me, you don't understand. We got to pay bills. Okay. Yeah, guidelines to wise spending. And we got to pay bills. We got to pay bills. By the time the money come, we pay bills. We pay this. We pay mortgage. We got to pay mortgage. She was just going, so there's not enough to say. So when she was done, I said, excuse me, let me ask you a question. I said, if the government now decides that you have to start paying extra $100 as a bill every month, what will you do? I'm just going to find a way to pay the bills, man. I'm just going to find a way to pay the bills, man. I said, that's the key. Your future is asking you to pay bills. You are owing your future money. So start saving $100 every month as part of the bill that you owe your future. Say, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. Oh yeah, I got you. Because sometimes what you think you cannot do, you can do. You just don't understand. You cannot teach a man anything except to help him to discover it within himself. So once you get it, you just discover that I can do this, and then you start. Hello? God is able to make all grace abound towards you. I declare right now, grace to save, grace to invest, grace to spend wisely in the name of Jesus. Now, since it's not part of the curriculum, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say it so that it will be on record. So, I will not explain it. 15 guidelines to wise spending. So you get the tape, go to YouTube and get it. Number one is, do you really want it? Do you really want it? Because there's a difference between need, want, and luxury. Do you really want it? Or do you really need it? So is it a need or a want? Number two, is the price right? Sometimes when you compare prices, you do review, you realize that the price they are asking you is not worth it. Is the timing right? It may not be the right time. It may be what you need, but the timing may not be right for you to spend that money on that right now. That may not be the important thing now. Not that you don't want it, not that you can't afford it, but timing. Number four, is there a substitute for it? Because you want to buy, some of you are after name brand. You want to buy a brand name, but all of them are manufactured from the same company. And they just put the different company logo on top. So the engine is the same from the same China. But the body is what they are using to deceive you, and then they put one button here, the lights will look like tiger, this one will look like lion. Say, another one I want. No, it's the same thing. Number five, is there a major disadvantage? Have you checked the review? Have you checked whether there's a disadvantage? Because you are buying something that by the time you buy it, no second-hand value. Something happened last year. We got the Toyota Prado that we were using before. We bought it brand new, 12.5 million. Brand new. Maybe like 10 or 12 years ago, about 12.5 million. Brand new. We sold it last year for, I think, like 27 million, 30 million. I mean. Almost 27 million. A car we bought brand new for 12 million or 12.5 about 12 years ago, we sold for about 25 or 27 million. I can't remember the figure. Last year. That's how bad our Naira has gone. We now use that 25 million. We now bought 3 cars to go and be doing Uber. Because I just entered the compound one day. I said, I can't move motor in Jembi. I just saw cars in my compound. I said, this one. They went last. I said, babe, this is your car. When did you do that? This one. When did you do that? I said, let's sell this car. You can't just park car in the compound like this now. What is it decoration? So what I'm teaching is what I practice. Oh. Hello? I sell and take by 3 cars. They do Uber. They deliver every week now. Every week, delivery is coming. So, is there any major disadvantage? Number 6, have you researched the item? Have you done enough research? Number 7, will the value of that thing you want to buy, will the value increase? Number 8, does it require expensive upkeep? That the maintenance will be serious. Your salary is 120K. You are proposing to a sister whose cream is 300,000. Number 10. You are following. Okay. Number 9, have you compared prices with other ones? Number 10, is your spouse in agreement? Many of you that are married, those that are not married don't know that they can spend their money anywhere. When you marry, even what you want to do with your own money, you can't try it. You can't. So anything you want to do that your spouse is not in support, you better get the buy-in of your spouse. You don't want to buy something that will be causing you pain every week. That the enjoyment there will be sucked away. Hello? I'm telling you. I know a pastor, man of God, a pastor, that collected his pension, put money together to go and buy a car. And the children's school fees was left unpaid. And the wife is the one paying school fees. Till today, this case has been on for almost 6 years. The wife never forget. The man is still suffering for that one decision. The wife says, not car now. Manage the one you have. Our children are entering university. Let's you. The guy say, come. So it's your spouse in support. Number 11, will you still want it this bad next week, next month, or next year? That's it that is doing you jiggy down. 6 months' time, will you still be feeling that way? I hope you know there's something called the joy of newness. When you buy something new, you are excited. After 1 week, you are looking for the next one, but money has gone. That's why those of you that buy things on credit, you are in trouble. You need deliverance. Because you have bought the scarce suit, 85,000, and you have paid 30, it remains 45. And you wore it to church one Sunday, only 6 people commented. And now, you bought it, you are still paying now. 3 months later, no brother has proposed. And you are still paying, and you are feeling bad. In fact, the bottle don't remove. You put that for dry cleaner, the thing don't shrink. Number 12. Will this purchase improve the quality of your life? Will it improve the quality of your life? So you are hungry, but wearing an expensive shoe that can pay rent. But you are hungry. Number 13, is it affordable within your present financial position? Within your present financial position, is it affordable? I want to fly business class. What's wrong with the economy? 14, does it complement your values and your beliefs? Does it complement your values and your belief? You say you are a Christian. We believe you are a Christian. And then the thing you are doing, are like, how does this one? Listen to me. There's nothing wrong in buying a car. But imagine now that you're a man of God. Maybe you're a bishop, you're an apostle. You are proving that you are called of God. You now want to go and buy a car. You now go buy one yellow. There's nothing wrong in the car, but it's just the color. You buy yellow. And then when you are coming to church, yellow shoe, everything yellow. And then you are your color. You are a man of God. Nobody's arguing with you. But there are some things that just, that's why we have some colors that are, you know. Finally, will it help you achieve God's vision and purpose for your life? Will it help you achieve the vision and purpose of God for your life? Every head bowed in Jesus' name. You can go to YouTube at CBC Nigeria so that you can get the full video and get the list. Bow down your heads. Father, help me to be a testimony of this message. Open your mouth and pray. Father, help me to be a testimony of this message.